Hello and welcome back. My name is Dorshad Ayub. Today we'll talk about another very important topic, that is present perfect and present perfect continuous, as well as past perfect and past perfect continuous. The question answers, the pattern how to make use of questions, as well as how to answer using present perfect and present perfect continuous, past perfect and past perfect continuous tenses. All right. I hope you will enjoy this video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and hit the like button if you like the video, guys. Now let's jump right straight to the presentation. So the first question is, how long have you been studying for the exam? Answer: I've been studying for the exam for 2 weeks. Question 2: how long have they been married? They have been married for 15 years. How long has she been practicing the piano? She has been practicing the piano for an hour every day. How long have you been learning to play guitar? I have been learning to play guitar for 6 months now. How long have the students been doing well in class? The students have been doing well in class for the past few weeks. How long have they been renovating their house? They have been renovating their house for 3 months now. How long has he been volunteering at the animal shelter? He has been volunteering at the animal shelter for a year. How long has the company's profit been steadily increasing? The company's profit has been steadily increasing over the past year. How hard have the team been training for the upcoming game? The team has been training very hard for the upcoming game. How smoothly has the project been progressing so far? The project has been progressing very smoothly so far. How long have you been working on this project? I have been working on this project for 2 weeks. How long have they been dating? They have been dating for 6 months. How long has she been taking dance lessons? She has been taking dance lessons for a year now. How long have you been practicing meditation? I have been practicing meditation for 2 years now. How long have the students been preparing for the exam? The students have been preparing for the exam for a month. How long has he been playing basketball? He has been playing basketball since he was a child. How long have they been living in this city? They have been living in this city for 5 years. How long has the concert been going on? The concert has been going on for 2 years. How long have they been friends? They have been friends since they were in school. How long has she been working as a nurse? She has been working as a nurse for 10 years. How long have you been studying Spanish? I have been studying Spanish for a year now. How long have they been living in their new house? They have been living in their new house for 3 months. How long has he been practicing yoga? He has been practicing yoga for 2 years now. How long have you been working at this job? I have been working at this job for 6 months. How long have the students been working on their project? The students have been working on their project for 2 weeks. How long has she been playing the guitar? She has been playing the guitar for 5 years. How long have they been planning their trip? They have been planning their trip for a month. How long has the party been going on? The party has been going on for 3 hours. How long have they been in a relationship? They have been in a relationship for a year. How long has she been learning to code? She has been learning to code for 6 months. Now the questions and answers using had been. How long had you been living in that city before you moved? I had been living in that city for 3 years before I moved. How long had they been planning their trip before they cancelled it? They had been planning their trip for 2 months before they cancelled it. How long had she been studying for the exam before she took it? She had been studying for the exam for a month before she took it. How long had the project been going on before it was completed? The project had been going on for 6 months before it was completed. How long had you been working on that report before you finished it? I had been working on that report for 2 weeks before I finished it. How long had they been together before they broke up? They had been together for a year before they broke up. How long had she been learning to play the piano before she gave a recital? She had been learning to play the piano for 2 years before she gave a recital. How long had the company been struggling before it turned a profit? The company had been struggling for 2 years before it turned a profit. How long had you been waiting at the airport before your flight was delayed? I had been waiting at the airport for 2 hours before my flight was delayed. How long had the flowers been blooming before the first frost? The flowers had been blooming for a month before the first frost. How long had you been studying English before you became fluent? I had been studying English for 5 years before I became fluent. How long had they been renovating their house before they decided to sell it? They had been renovating their house for a year before they decided to sell it. How long had she been living in that city before she moved to another country? She had been living in that city for 3 years before she moved to another country. How long had the book been on the bestseller list before it fell off? The book had been on the bestseller list for 3 months before it fell off. How long had you been running before you decided to take a break? I had been running for an hour before I decided to take break. How long had they been dating before they got engaged? They had been dating for 2 years before they got engaged. How long had she been taking dance lessons before she performed in a recital? She had been taking dance lessons for 6 months before she performed in a recital. How long had the restaurant been open before it received a Michelin star? The restaurant had been open for a year before it received a Michelin star. How long had you been learning to drive before you passed your driving test? I had been learning to drive for 6 months before I passed my driving test. How long had the snow been falling before it stopped? The snow had been falling for 2 hours before it stopped. How long had you been working on your novel before you finally finished it? I had been working on my novel for a year before I finally finished it. How long had they been waiting in line before the store opened? They had been waiting in line for 2 hours before the store opened. How long had she been practicing for her ballet performance before the big night? She had been practicing for her ballet performance for 3 months before the big night. How long had the company been in operation before it went bankrupt? The company had been in operation for 5 years before it went bankrupt. How long had you been taking French lessons before you traveled to France? I had been taking French lessons for 6 months before I traveled to France. How long had they been saving up for their dream vacation before they could afford it? They had been saving up for their dream vacation for 2 years before they could afford it. How long had she been training for the marathon before she crossed the finish line? She had been training for the marathon for 6 months before she crossed the finish line. How long had the concert been sold out before you tried to buy tickets? The concert had been sold out for a month before I tried to buy tickets. How long had you been studying for the math exam before you realized it was postponed? I had been studying for the math exam for a week before I realized it was postponed. How long had the film been playing in theaters before it won an Oscar? The film had been playing in theaters for 2 months before it won an Oscar. So having said this, we have completed all the question and answer part of present perfect tense as well as past perfect tense. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, please do hit the like button and share this with your friends, family members, and other people as well. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Take care and bye for now.